How's it going, guys? Today we'll be taking a look at Logitech's K380 Bluetooth only keyboard that is a modern, minimal looking, thin profile scissor switch keyboard that fits in tiny spaces. This keyboard offers lots of functionality, it is also ultra portable and most importantly budget friendly. Hi, my name is Ken and welcome back to the channel where I talk about filmmaking, photography, iPad Pro related content and tech. If any of this piques your interest, consider subscribing to the channel as you may learn a thing or two from these videos. Here are all of the topics that we'll be discussing today. Sit back, relax and enjoy the video. Let's dive right in. As usual, we are spoiled with lots of different types of keyboard from the market to choose from. Depending on what type of a feel of a keyboard that you are looking at, the most commonly discussed keyboard includes a mechanical keyboard that is loud and clicky with tons of switches to customize from, ergonomic keyboard, and a membrane keyboard such as this. From my previous videos, I have been using the MK850 wireless mouse and keyboard combination for over a year, and it's finally time to switch up my desk setup into a cleaner and more minimal setup, mainly on the change of my keyboard. So today we'll be reviewing Logitech's K380 keyboard that was first released all the way back in 2015. How does this keyboard perform, and discuss about everything there is to know about the K380. For the price point of about 140 ringgit, is all the functionality offered worth your money in 2021. Let's start off with the unboxing of the K380 Logitech Minimalist Keyboard. Well, kind of. Here is the box of the K380 with lots of useful information about the features of the keyboard. Taking a look inside the box, the K380 is wrapped in a clear plastic sheet, and under the keyboard lies an instructional manual, a pretty simple packaging overall. And opening up the plastic sheet is another instruction manual for switching between devices using its Bluetooth feature, which we will talk about it in a second. And that is all about the unboxing for this keyboard. The K380 keyboards comes in a variety of colors, from black with yellow accent, blue with light blue accent, pink with white accent, and white with grey accent. Take note that these combinations were released for the 2015 model for Windows layout keyboard, and it has come to my attention that Logitech recently released a Mac version of the keyboard early in 2020 with only two color combinations to choose from, the pink and the white. The major differences between these two releases are mainly just the layout for the Mac versus Windows on the keyboard. Small changes like FN function keys, Windows or command key. Everything else remains about the same, and we will take a look at a quick summary later in the video. So moving on to the dimensions of this keyboard, this thin profile keyboard is 124mm in width, 279mm in length and 16mm in height. And overall the footprint of the keyboard is pretty small, making this a fairly portable keyboard. The weight of the keyboard comes in at about 423 grams with two AAA batteries pre-installed inside the keyboard. The build quality on this keyboard is made out of plastic, and the build quality, well, pretty solid. On the left side of the keyboard, there is a switch to toggle on and off the device. And on the bottom, there are four rubberized feet keeping the keyboard firm and steady on the table, preventing it from sliding. There is like a slight 5-degree incline on the keyboard, however there are no angle adjustment built in on the keyboard. The K380 offers a low-profile scissor switch keys, similar to what Apple's Magic Keyboard or MacBook's keyboard, but a bit more on the mushier side. To me, it feels more like a membrane type instead. The keycaps on this keyboard is rounded in shape as compared to the more conventional square keycap. And on the keyboard, it comes with a row of FN keys and even arrow switches, making this somewhat a 65% layout keyboard. The entire keyboard package is made to be in a tiny form factor, making the spacing between each key close to each other. There are only 3 small LEDs above F1 to F3 keys that lights up when pressed to switch between devices. That pretty much sums up all about the physical aspects of the K380 keyboard. Here is a detailed specification list of everything to know about the K380, and I'll leave a link in the description box below for you to check it out later. The next section is on all the features about the K380 keyboard. As mentioned earlier, this keyboard supports both the Windows and Mac layout keyboard, and there are significant differences between the FN keys functionality. Having them side by side, and you will notice that all the differences are mainly on the icons on the keycap. The FN keys on the Mac layout keyboard are well more Mac-like the brightness control and screen display option keys. Even the logo on the Bluetooth switch on the F1 to F3 are way different as compared to the Windows layout keyboard. In case you didn't know, on the last row of the keyboard, the start and alternate key on the Windows layout keyboard includes a options and command printing on the keycap, which means you can use this window layout keyboard on your Mac devices. And as expected, the Mac layout keyboard is replaced with options and command, which just makes it easier for Mac users as it should appear to be more familiar to them. That summarizes up about the key differences between these two keyboard models. This K380 keyboard is a Bluetooth only keyboard, which means that it doesn't come included with a USB dongle. This will be a bummer for desktop users if their PC does not come with Bluetooth connection, like mine. But I found a work around this, simply picking up a Bluetooth receiver dongle, and your PC will then be able to connect with the K380 keyboard. Connecting the K380 with the iPad was a breeze, and even on my iPhone. With that being said, this keyboard only uses Bluetooth 3.0, offers to connect up to 3 devices and have dedicated buttons to easily switch between them using the F1 to F3 keys. Pairing them with your computer is the same as any other Bluetooth keyboard. Simply long press on the FN key and wait until the LED flashes. Turn on Bluetooth on your computer and hit connect. Normally, you'll be prompted to key in a series of numbers ending with an enter key to complete the pairing process. And with that, you are good to go. To switch between device 1 and device 2, simply press Fn and F2 to select device 2. Once the LED is lit, pressing F1 or F3 directly enables you to switch back to device 1 or device 3. The rest of the Fn keys are activated holding the Fn button at the bottom, with like F3, F4 and so on. Some really useful function keys are like increasing and decreasing volume controls, mute button, play stop button and many more. The keys F4 to F7 are able to be remapped to even more function keys here on this app from Logitech called Options. I would highly recommend you guys to check out all the features offered by the Logitech's app, and I will skip this part in the video. Instead, I will leave a link in the description box for you to check it out later. Now on to the things that I really like about Logitech K380 keyboard. The compact form factor, thin profile keyboard is really something that attracted me the most. When I got my 11-inch iPad Pro, I was looking for a keyboard that is comfortable to type on and that is small enough to be packed into a bag to wherever I go. I can then simply take the keyboard out and start typing away. The typing experience on the K380 is also worth mentioning. The keys are responsive, a rather unique keycap because it is rounded in shape. Hence, the K380 ticks the compact functional keyboard requirement for me. Also, when I switch over from the MK850 full-size keyboard, I absolutely love the smaller size of this K380 keyboard, not taking up much space. The Logitech K380 costs about 130 to 140 ringgit, which is pretty inexpensive considering that this keyboard is able to pair up to 3 devices and it's so very portable. I have no problem fitting it in my Peak Design 5-liter everyday sling together with the iPad Pro. Moving on to the things that I dislike about the K380 is the rounded keycaps that are closely placed on the keyboard. Don't get me wrong, in order to make a keyboard that has a smaller footprint, no doubt they'll have to cram certain keys together to achieve it. So the typing experience isn't the best out there. Instead, it is surprisingly comfortable. All I would say is that it just takes a fair bit of time getting used to. The other thing that I didn't like about the K380 is that it doesn't come with a dedicated USB dongle. Most Bluetooth keyboards nowadays come with a USB dongle, which can be easily kept under the keyboard when not in use. Like the K850 keyboard from the MK850 wireless mouse and keyboard combination, which I made a video about it recently. You can check it out right here in case you are interested. Lastly, be reminded that this is a Bluetooth 3.0 keyboard that was released back in 2015. It doesn't have the latest and most secure Bluetooth connection. In my experience, it might take longer time to successfully connect when switching between devices, and sometimes it takes a while to actually wake up from sleep mode. All in all, the K380 keyboard is really well built. Able to connect up to 3 devices via Bluetooth, it is a 65% keyboard in a compact form factor, easily portable and even have a minimal design. If you're out looking for a keyboard that is extremely portable and to change up your desk setup. Just before ending, here is what the keyboard sounds like when typing on 10plusfingers.com. And that is all I have for you guys in this video. Hope you all find this insightful. If you have any questions at all, feel free to drop me a comment down below. I'll be sure to get back to you guys as soon as possible. Like the video if you actually enjoyed it, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, I will see you all very soon. Stay safe, peace out, and bye bye.